It took more than 4 months and 18 regular season games, but in great CFL tradition, we finally got rid of 3 teams to arrive at 6 teams in the postseason. I'm joined by Lowell Ullrich, football writer for the province from his home in North Vancouver. LU, tell me, in this wacky season, do the Lions actually deserve to be one of the 6 in the postseason?
Well, that's the way the league is drawn up, I suppose. You can say that if you really wanted to look at it, Jonathan, there are only 3 teams out of the 9 that had records above 500, Calgary, Edmonton, and Saskatchewan. The Lions were one of 3 teams at 9-9. So, look, Ottawa was a dog team. Toronto wasn't very good, and neither was Winnipeg. And the Lions are better than those teams. So, yes, they deserve to be in the playoffs.
Okay, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock. The Lions are in Montreal at Molson Stadium, of course, to play the Alouettes. So we've talked about this during the year in this kind of really wacky season where for most of the season the Eastern Division was so poor. And we thought, is the Eastern Division the best path for success? Is crossing over for the Lions the better route to go when they seem to be struggling most weeks? So answer me that question. Is the Eastern path, which would go through Montreal and then through Hamilton, the best route to get to the Grey Cup?
Hey, well, hindsight's wonderful, isn't it? That's for absolutely the way it turned out is the best possible path. Look at the way the Lions played the last 2 weeks against Edmonton and Calgary. They're clearly in another weight class. Although, people will now wonder with Mike Riley of Edmonton not starting the West Division semifinal for the Eskimos, people are going to say maybe that was the better route. But for the Lions, yes, it is. They'd be down 14-0 against Edmonton. And if they played them because of that game at Commonwealth a couple of weeks ago, they'd be down already. No question about it. Montreal, different kind of team. Blitz happy, sends pressure all the time. Has a decent game managing quarterback in Jonathan Crompton. S.J. Green and Brandon London are decent receivers. They will give them a reasonable attack. I think that there's reason for hope if you're the Lions.
Okay, most people think that the Lions don't stand a chance. You've just told me there's some hope. So what do you think? Do they have more than a hope? Should they be the favored team this weekend?
Well, no, I don't think you look at them as a favorite. I don't know what the betting line is. I'm sure Montreal will go in the favorite. I mean, and here's another thing too. I mean, in years past, the Alouettes would play those playoff games at Olympic Stadium, 68,000 people in the park. They aren't going to sell this game out in all likelihood. They may not get to 20,000. This is a great road venue for the Lions. The trouble is they don't seem to be able to win there. They've lost 5 straight going back to 2010 in the regular season. None of those games have been, with the exception of the one this year in which Kevin Glenn and John Beck couldn't get it done. But all of the previous 5 were lost by a total of 10 points. So the Lions really have an opportunity here to, I think, surprise some people.
Okay, I want to ask you one last question, LU. You're going to play head coach here. We always have this quarterback situation here in Vancouver. No different right now. Kevin Glenn is going to start this game on Sunday. You're the head coach. What sort of short leash do you have when this is 60 minutes and that's it for your season? Do you let it go a quarter with him struggling longer? What do you do?
I think you throw everything you've got at this game. If Kevin struggles, and we all know that he's capable of, he threw 2 picks in the game in Montreal back in July, you get him out of there. Now, the question is who comes in next? John Beck, if he doesn't get it done, fine. Put in Travis Luley, give him a series, and go back to Kevin Glenn if you have to. I mean, egos have to be put aside in a situation like this. You're looking for some kind of spark, somebody who can get it done. I guess in the case of Luley, you just don't want to get him hurt because, I mean, it is his long-term future. But the Lions must be confident in him because they have put him on the 46-man. But short answer, Jonathan, you throw everything you've got at this and you don't worry about who's feeling sorry for themselves in the process.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing what you have to say later this week in the pages of the province and at provincesports.com. Of course, your live chat is Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific. You'll be in Montreal chatting with your readers at provincesports.com. And of course, the complete pregame package Sunday morning in the pages of the province and at provincesports.com. Thanks, LU.
You bet.